Hi, it's Cindy Morris with the Peoria Public Schools Foundation. On behalf of the Peoria Public Schools Foundation Board and staff, welcome to our 2021 365 Breakfast. This year, the event is virtual. We have a very special guest, David Booth, and we have the superintendent, Dr. Karat, talking about our little free pantries and food insecurity. And then we have PPS parent volunteer Mike Murphy. Last but not least, Cheryl Sanphillip, the 365 Breakfast Chair and Peoria Public Schools Foundation board member. Last year, 2020, was quite the challenge, and we are hoping that 2021 is much happier and healthier for all. We appreciate your past and continued support more than ever, and thank you in advance for the consideration of helping us help our families, students, and schools. We're making a huge impact in the school district, and we could not do it without you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the 365 breakfast.
On behalf of Peoria Public Schools Board of Education and staff, Happy New Year to you and welcome to this year's virtual 365 breakfast brought to us by our wonderful Peoria Public Schools Foundation. I commend the Foundation's president, Cindy Morris, and her staff for adapting this annual event into a format suitable during these pandemic times. Good riddance to 2020. I have never seen so many tragedies in a year like this one. Here are some challenges we work with every day: violence, emotional and sexual abuse, incarceration, domestic violence, divorce, poverty, homelessness, substance abuse, and much more. With much gratitude, the Foundation has been there to support students, families, and staff. Classroom grants for teachers, or whether it is helping families to restore internet service for their children, assisting countless families who have lost jobs by paying their utility bills, assisting with providing uniforms, and so much more. We would like to thank you for your ongoing support to Peoria Public Schools through our foundation. And did you know that food insecurity is a hot topic in our community? During the stay-at-home order, Peoria Public Schools served over 500,000 meals between mid-March and all the way through summer. Peoria Public Schools Foundation has provided an additional level of support to combat food insecurity through the Little Free Pantries initiative. Like the Little Free Libraries located at our buildings, Little Free Pantries are also positioned outside 17 of our schools and are regularly stocked with nutritious and easy to prepare food for our families to use. The Foundation has continued stocking the Little Free Pantries throughout the pandemic, but the need is even greater during the winter months when families without transportation may have more difficulty traveling to grocery stores or food pantries. So you can donate directly to the Little Free Pantry initiative, or you can contact our Foundation's Adopt a School Coordinator, Sarah Oakford. Again, Peoria Public Schools appreciates you, a member of the amazing Peoria community, for your generous contributions to our remarkable students, families, and staff. Thanks to you, we are defying the odds.
Hi, my name is Mike Murphy, and I'm a volunteer with the Peoria Public Schools Foundation. I've been a volunteer with this organization for almost a year now. I got involved helping fill the Little Free Pantries at each of the schools. But what I've also gotten involved in is helping out with the different fundraisers that they offer. And I just love this organization because it really bridges the line of communication between the families of Peoria Public Schools and the administration. They take the concerns and they see the needs of the families, and they really give back. And I know that they would also love to have more volunteers. So if you're at all able to help or are interested, please contact them today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is David Booth. Thank you for allowing me to be the keynote speaker for this year's annual 365 breakfast to support the Peoria Public School District 150's foundation. I want to send a special thank you to Cindy Morris for all the work you do to go into making this community be a better place. Unfortunately, I can't be with you all, as you see, because of the virtual setup, but I look forward to things being back to normal very, very soon. Before I get started, I have to say that I'm a 1988 graduate of Peoria Manual High School. I'm a proud Ram, and I still bleed orange and black to this day. I can honestly say my years in Manual were the best years of my life for many, many different reasons. It was there I learned to love the game of basketball. I was fortunate enough to play this sport, and it has taken me around the world even to this day. But before I was a talented basketball player at Peoria Manual, I was a 6'7", 145-pound kid who was kind of goofy, unsure of himself, and not knowing where life was going to lead. But because of the Peoria Public Schools, I was able to meet several different people that impacted my life. These mentors were going to instill self-confidence, work ethic, and a belief that I could do anything that I put my mind to, and that there were no limits unless the limits I put on myself. A couple of days ago, while watching movies at home for the holidays, a movie that I usually watch every year popped on, and I'm sure you're all familiar with The Wizard of Oz. But watching it this time, it reminded me of some of the growing pains that I had as a youth growing up in the south side of Peoria. Just as Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man were trying to find their way around Oz, I looked at myself like I was that same kid trying to find my way around the land of Peoria, not knowing where I was going and not knowing how to get there. But just as Dorothy, the Lion, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man found out when the fairy godmother said to them, "You have everything you need, and you've always had everything you need inside of you this whole time," I had mentors at the Peoria Public Schools that told me the same thing. David, you got everything you need inside of you. Mentors like Coach Van Syock, Coach Wayne McLean, Miss Gibson, who was a counselor at Manual. They would often tell me that I had everything I needed inside of me if I just worked hard and believed and didn't put limits on myself. I can do and be more than I could ever imagine. I look at that today, I look back and I remember and I realize how valuable those words were to me. Those words fueled me to believe in myself and to break through the so-called glass ceiling that so often hold the youth back. Because of those words, I was able to excel at Peoria Manual High School in basketball. And because of their words, I was able to get a full-ride scholarship to DePaul University and attain a degree. Because of their encouraging words, I was able to play professional basketball for 14 years. Because of their words, I've now worked in the NBA front offices for 15 years and hold now the position of Vice President of Basketball Operations for the NBA. Who would have ever thought a skinny kid from the south side of Peoria that went to Manual High School could see and experience so many different wonderful things? I'll tell you who. My mentors from District 150. All because of these individuals chose to take time to pour into me. All because these individuals took time to encourage me and didn't want anything back. I often think about where would I be if they didn't take time out to build me up. On how many success stories came from District 150. Success stories that came from kids that come from the same place that I come from. Students that have gone on to be CEOs. Students that have gone on to become business owners. Students that have gone on to become teachers and doctors, and the list goes on and on. I think it would be safe to say that each of these students can go back and point to an affiliation to District 150 and the impact that some mentor had on them that encouraged them to propelling them to where they are in their career today. Years ago, I read a quote from someone named Daniel Maskor. And the quote was simple. The quote said, "Be the light so others can see." So I want to take this time to say thank you to the Peoria Public Schools in District 150 for making me who I am today. Thank you for pouring into me. Thank you for being a blessing to me, because without you, there would be no me. And I want to challenge each of you from the sound of my voice to do 3 things. The first is to support Peoria Public School District 150, be it financial, be it volunteering, in any way, but support District 150. District 150 has done a wonderful job in creating the youth of today. The second is to remember those who helped you and propelled you forward. And you can pay them back by simply paying it forward to someone else. The third would be something very simple, but maybe the most important. Be the light so others can shine. I want to thank you for having me. Thank you for taking time to listen to me. I want to wish you all a happy 2021. The best is surely yet to come. Just believe it, and you can attain it. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Cheryl Sanphilip, a proud member of the Peoria Public Schools Foundation Board and chairperson of this year's 365 event. Thank you for joining us for our program this morning. It was great to see so many of you drive by for breakfast today. We also appreciate those of you that have already made pledges and donations. As you've heard from Dr. Karat, Cindy Morris, and David Booth, the Peoria Public Schools Foundation does so much to help our students and their families. This year, with the unusual circumstances brought by the pandemic, the foundation has been asked to do even more. As you've heard, we have little free pantries at many of our schools. There is a uniform fund to help our families, an emergency fund that helps with rent and utilities. And the foundation also does so much to help develop students' ideas about careers and what they might want to be when they grow up. With our See It, Be It program and our Horizons program, kids are given endless exposure to careers that are out there for them. We are also pleased with the grants for the teachers in their classrooms, as well as attendance grants for the schools, and in so many enrichment opportunities for our kids. The Peoria Public Schools Foundation has a legacy of giving to our families, our students, the teachers, and the schools. But we need your help. We can't carry on the amazing work we do without your support. This year's event, virtual as it is, you received a copy of our program, and you also received a donation card. The donation card gives you many options. There are many ways that you can donate. You can donate by check, by credit card, by Venmo. All these are indicated on the card. You can also donate monthly by your credit card, and if you're an employee of Peoria Public Schools, there's payroll deduction. No amount is too little. All of us working together can make a difference. Your donations can help us meet our goal of $50,000. That money is critical to carry out the programs that we already have going and help us continue to offer enrichment, summer scholarships, to fill our little pantries, to help families with uniform and other needs, and to have grants in the classrooms. Please donate today. We appreciate your support. From Cindy Morris, Dr. Karat, and all of the committee that helped put this together, we thank you.